my view from Colossal Cave. Welcome back, by the way. The start of my Colossal Cave to Patagonia video.
Good. Dad, I want to find gold.
Really cool place. I've had some warm food, well, hot food, and some cold. I've had a litre and a half of Gatorade. That's how thirsty I was. And that's my stuff charging there. I'm just going to charge my my camera for a little bit. So leaving Patagonia, I've charged all my stuff up, fed and watered. It was really nice. But then again, it was nice last time. Everybody's really friendly and chilled out. A load of school kids came to look at the cave. All excited. But I've got a full pack now. We're going under a railway bridge soon. I remember this part. And then I'll be coming to Cienega Creek. I've no idea whether it's flowing or not, but I'm going to find out shortly. If it is and it's nice and cool, I'll probably filter some because mine's getting really warm. But I'll be able to get a bit of shade there as well because there's some cottonwood trees. Have a 5-minute break and cool down because I'm pretty warm now. Cienega Creek is bone dry, as you can see. Nice and shaded though. Oh, there's a bit of water up here. Yeah, a bit stagnant. But I've just been looking on my map and there's a resupply box about half a mile from here. And yesterday there was 10 gallons in it, so I'll probably get a drink from there. But like I say, it's going to be as warm as my water because it's in a box. Sun's been on it all day, but it's water, and I'm truly thankful for it, people that put it there for us, all at their own expense and time. We're crossing under the highway zone that takes you into Tucson. Through a tunnel, cool tunnel, but I'll show you that when I get there. I'm not that far off now. And this, pretty obviously, is known as a snake tunnel. And it is nice and long, and it's gonna be cool. Oh. Yeah. Lovely. Soon be time to look for a camp spot. I won't be hiking on into the night tonight because I just don't need to. I've already got, like I said earlier, I've got 20 miles in now and I've had 3 hours bloody break. That's how straightforward today's been. Right, I've I've stopped a bit earlier tonight because I've got enough miles in. Like I said, I've got over 20, probably 21, and I've had 3 hours off. But this is my setup. Look, when I cowboy camp, I'll just give you a quick. I usually like to back up to a tree with my rucksack, then I can lean against it while I'm doing a bit of work on my iPad, doing some work on the films. But I've chopped it up with my brolly so hopefully it won't go too far back. Well, that's what I do. Look, I open it up at the bottom, my belt, and I put my pillow in there so it can't slide about, and then I just get into my bag and there I go. But like I say, while I'm doing some work, I do like to lean against the rucksack and take all the weight off my back just to rest my damn back. So that's it. That's where I'm heading in the morning. Whoops, wrong one again. Yeah, don't know how far I'll get though. I'll have a look on my map tonight and make a decision. Right, shall see you all tomorrow. Good morning. I don't know whether you can make out those lights over there. That's Vale. Look at that. I've just pressed record and wind's starting to get up. That's where I came up and over the other day. Mount Maker. A quick spin round just to show you the sun's starting to show its head. Had a good sleep last night. Right, I'll talk to you a bit when it gets lighter. My first water stop of the day at my about 5.5 mile maybe. This is Twin Lakes. I stopped here last time. It's good water. Cows have access to it, like, but it's that big. It doesn't really seem to affect it too much. Well, goodbye Twin Lakes for a second time. Decent water that really is. Well, 100. I don't know how accurate that is. So I've got about 100 miles left. It's flying in. Right. Get rid of them first. I've just sat down for a quick water stop because I've actually found a bit of shade, believe it or not. It's about 12 o'clock. I've got 2 miles to go to my next water source, which is I forget the name of the trail. It's a box anyway with water in it. The Trail Angels and the Arizona Trail Association put there, and there's supposed to be plenty of water in there, so I'm okay for water. After that, I need to watch what I'm doing. And that box is about 15 miles from where I was today, so I've got about 13 miles in 12 o'clock, which is pretty good. But this is the terrain I'm going through, which is why I've not done a great deal of filming. It's just literally relentless, up and down all these hills. One after the other. So not a lot to video, I'm afraid, for you. Did I mention it's hot? It's going to be even hotter tomorrow. I've had a signal early and I've looked on the weather app. 28 degrees, 27 today, 28 tomorrow. And the 2 days I'm hoping to be in Patagonia, it's going to drop, it's going to be cloudy. Yeah. So I've got a full day today, a full day tomorrow, and then I've got, depending on how far I go today and tomorrow, I was only going to do about 20-21 miles, but like I've just said, I've got nearly 15 in now. I've got 13 point something for midday, so I'll probably do more than 20. And then Monday, Saturday today, Monday, I shall be getting into Patagonia, which is my last trail town. And I was going to camp at Mary's place. I just forget the name of it. They've got a campsite about a mile, 2 miles out of town. But I was looking on Airbnb last night, and the lady that I stayed with last time I did it, Caroline, she still advertises on there. Goatlandia, the place I stayed in with the goats, she still advertises. And she's got vacancies for Monday and Tuesday night, so I think I'm going to book with her and have 2 nights with her again. It's a little tiny trailer in the backyard surrounded by goats. Because it's right in the town centre. It's costing, obviously it costs more than camping, but it's right in the town centre, in the little town. And I like Patagonia. It's a cool little place. It's got everything you need, and it's all compact. It's not really spread out like some other towns are. And like I say, this will be my last time I ever visit Patagonia, so I'm going to have 2 nights. I'm going to have a 0, and get and try and sort my shuttle out for when I finish the trail. That's the most important thing at the minute. I've just emailed a company this morning, just asking for clarification, but I don't have a signal now, and I probably won't have a signal until I get over Mount Wrightson. So, and it's a Saturday, so they might not even be working. But that's where I'm going on, aren't I? I'm waffling. So, right, that's where I am. I shall catch you in a bit. There's a look back to Mount Meeker. Just that one there. Came up and over him, what, 3 days ago maybe? Just to the right of the top. That was a tough climb up, that really was. And that's where I'm heading. Mount Wrightson, that's the top, the pointy bit on the left. No, I'm pretty sure that's Mount Wrightson, the peak of Mount Wrightson. It's my second trail box of the day. I struggled to get into the last one. Yeah. Plenty of water. Plenty. Right, so I'm having a good drink here and checking on my map to see where the next one is. I'm a lot closer now. Remember that shot this morning when I realised my mistake getting mixed up with the mountains? Look how closer I am now. Yeah, lovely. I've about a mile to go and then I'm going to start looking for a campsite. That'll give me a 23-mile day, which I'm happy with. Well, I found a bit of a flattish spot in this little canyon. Hope the wind keeps down, right? But never mind. Well, that's my spot, look. It's a very, very good spot because I can sit with my back against my my rucksack, look, without it tipping over backwards while I'm doing some work on my computer, on my iPad, and sorting my schedule out for tomorrow. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna get myself some tea on. Good morning once again. Looks like being another nice warm day. I've got about 5 miles to go. I'm heading for a place called Kentucky Camp, which is an old mining camp that's been preserved from the early 1900s. I'll be stopping there for something to eat, or just a snack obviously, and re-water, because they've got a faucet there. I believe they've also got a little hut that you can hire, and stay the night. So there's water, electricity. I don't really need to charge it. Oh man, my phone wants a little bit of a charge. I might give my phone a quick recharge while I have my snacks. Well, I'm a bit behind time now. I'm just walking down this dirt road. I haven't got far to go to Kentucky Camp, if I'm honest. I was going to stop and have a break, charge my phone up. It's gone out the window. I don't have time to charge my phone up now. I'll just do it on my battery. Because at the side of the road I came across father and son in a camp. And I obviously, hello, good morning, as you do, stood and talked for a bit. I said, and they got a fire going. I said, oh man, that is so comforting, that fact. It was early morning. He said, man, get a chair. We've got a chair. Sit down and have 5 minutes. I said, really? Thank you. So I took my pack, anything to get my pack off. Sat down. 45 minutes I was there chatting to them. Had a lovely, lovely cup of coffee. Father and son, Reuben and Angel. You guys were amazing. Thank you so much. Great comments, great chat. I love talking to locals. They're from Sierra Vista, and they're up here gold prospecting. Bless them. They're looking for gold. I hope they strike something. I really do. Lovely people. Thank you so much, guys. That was a great 45 minutes. Before I met up with those guys back there, I was walking down this little canyon, and it was chilly because obviously it was low down, and it was still the sun hadn't reached it. It was still pretty dark, and I heard some noises. So I looked across and I thought, oh, there's a hunter's camp, because they're all a couple of guys all cammed up, and I could hear like they were sorting themselves out breakfast, pots and I could hear him clattering. So I thought, oh man, imagine going off with a cup of coffee. That'd be cool. I could really I could kill a cup of coffee right now because it weren't warm. And I walked by and they were like off track a bit in a big cut off area. and they were busy, so they didn't see me. So I shouted, "Morning!" You know, hoping they'd say, "Hey man, yeah, good to see you." Anyway, they did. They turned around. They said, "Right, morning, morning." They didn't say, "Hey brother, you want a cup of coffee? Do you want to?" No. So I'm walking past there, and I'm like, "Ah, damn it! I never got a coffee off. Never got offered a coffee. Never mind." And then not a mile later, when I climbed out that little canyon onto this road that I'm on now, kind of up on the top, what do I get? I get offered a cup of coffee. So down in the bottom, I've told the trail angels that I could do with a cup of coffee. And then within a mile, they've gone, "Here you go, Al. There's your coffee. Stop talking to these guys and they'll give you a coffee." Trail provides. And it does. You ain't convincing me any other way, it does. I might make a video one day on all the times something like that's happened, because you won't believe me. You'll think I'm making them up. And that is Kentucky Camp, the main centre. Brilliant. Got me down my rubbish. There's a water spigot round the corner there, lovely and cool and fresh. So I'm topped up with water. And like I say, you're allowed to stay here. Little building there, look. Right, onwards and upwards. Yeah, that's a beautiful peak. As I've said earlier, Mount Wrightson. And it looks like we don't go up and down that pass. We go further to the left. Now the Arizona Trail's it's a different trail on my far out app than it is on my other app, my Gaia. It's showing it well to the left, so I've only got to go over this. You see all this bumpy stuff here? It looks like the trail goes across somewhere over there and then takes a straight. So if it is, man, that's going to be an easier day. Well, there's a few campers. I forget the name of this trailhead, but there is supposed to be a resupply box there with water in it. And I think it's at the see that little white car on the right hand side? There looks to be a little brown box. And it looks to be in the shade from here, so if that water's cooler than what I'm carrying, I may change it. Yeah, not by eyesight from me. And it's shaded, so let's have a look. Right, let's have a, they're all empty down there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. There's about 6 gallon. And it is way colder than what I'm carrying because it's been put in the shade. Look, brilliant. I shall be changing a bit of my water here. My last water stop of the day I'm about 2 or 3 miles away from where I'm hoping to camp, and that is as clear as anything. That's quality. 22.5 miles, and that is going to be my bed spot for tonight. I'm just going to give it a quick dose of housekeeping. The trail splits here. See the gate up there and the board. I go up there to the right, and this is the continuation of the Arizona Trail here. As I've said earlier, I'm going to be going down that side of the canyon over there, look, and following that, because that'll take me straight into Patagonia. If I follow this trail, I've then got a 4 or 5 mile walk into Patagonia along the main road, or get a hitch. I don't see the point in that, so I'm just going to take the old Arizona Trail. And there you have it. That's my setup. I've got my rucksack up against that pole rather than a tree for a change. I'll be putting those on. Both those tops, they'll be going on. There's my food, there's my cook set, there's my iPad, there's my pillow nestled in between my belt and my, because it stops it moving about. Then under my sleeping bag I've got my little pad, my foam pad, which is, well, if I'm honest, it's seen better. Well, it barely does anything, if I'm honest. And then at the foot end, that's just my wet gear. I just put my wet gear underneath my bag just to give it my feet a little bit more support. And yeah, that's it. I sleep like a log. I'm not joking. Good morning. I've about 11 miles to go to get myself into Patagonia, where I've got 2 nights accommodation, and this will be my last town stop on this trip. Well, good morning. Sun's up now. As I mentioned earlier, I'm taking the Temporal Gulch spur, which literally takes you from the new Arizona Trail down to Temporal Road, which is the old Arizona Trail, which is a dirt road. And I'm about, I don't know, 3.5 miles in. It's about 4 miles, so another half mile I should be picking up the original Arizona Trail, which is a dirt road, so be a lot easier underfoot. And I shouldn't be too far away from Patagonia. It'll be about 6 or 7 miles when I pick the spur up. Well, like I say, it's a little bit easier. And trail's gone. I'll be back to you in a bit. Trail's gone. Found it again. Just had a load of flat rocks to cross over. Oh look, there's a water stash. Bless them. Didn't know about that. Not that I need water now. And they're nearly all full, look. And as I've just said, this is not the, excuse my shadow, if that's my shadow. This is not the regular route. This is the spur. How about that? Yeah, they're nearly all full. Look, somebody's carted them all the way up here. This probably, this will be the trail. It is, look, Temporal Gulch trailhead. So this is the original Arizona Trail that I actually used 3 years ago when I did it Nobo. Right. Okay guys, I've made it into Patagonia. I did get a hitch down that dirt road. The last, what, 6 miles maybe, bless him. Yeah, Gabe, thank you so much, my friend. We had a good chat. He dropped me off right outside the supermarket where I needed to be. So I'm going to call this here. Bloody wind again, look. I'm in, as you can see, I'm in Patagonia, and I'll show you more of Patagonia and tell you what's been going on and what have you in the next video. So thanks for watching once again, and I shall hopefully catch you later.